Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen in here. Just gonna show you one of my meals that I'm about to have. So the other day I made tacos, right? And I used turkey ground for my tacos. So I'm going to make myself a taco salad where I already have my cut up romaine and my tomatoes and a little bit of shredded cheese in there. And then I'm going to add the turkey ground to the top of that. It's gonna be good. So that'll be like my protein, and then you're supposed to have vegetables and some green leafy vegetables and with each meal. Those will be my healthy carbs, the lettuce and the tomato. And for my healthy fat, I'm going to have some avocado. But for my grains, I'm going to have a slice of whole wheat, whole grain bread. So I'm making myself avocado toast because I love avocados. I don't know if you love it as much as I do, but I just love me some avocados. So I think I'm just gonna I have like half an avocado left because I made myself some avocado toast the other day, and I only use like half an avocado at a time. So I'm going to put some of this avocado on the toast, and then I'm going to put the rest of it on my taco salad. And right now I'm just getting my avocado spread on the toast because it's nice and ready to be spread on there. It's a little, you know how it gets ripe, and you don't have to put it in a food processor to break it up, because sometimes you have to do that. I do when I make guacamole and it's not ripe yet and I'm forcing it because I'm like, I really want some guacamole and I don't want to wait for you to get ripe. But one of the things that I do to keep my avocados longer, I put them in the refrigerator, because then they don't get ripe as fast. And then when I'm ready for them to get ripe, then I'll just take it out and set it out on the counter so that it starts getting ripe. But you could keep avocados much longer than you think if you keep them in the refrigerator, and before they turn ripe, of course. If they're already hard, the chances of them staying that way longer when they're in the fridge is higher, because if you leave it out, then it's gonna start getting ripe. Also, I heard a trick was to put them in a brown paper bag. I don't know. That's a trick they said that I've heard that helps them ripen quicker. I've heard that. I've not tried it, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like imitating it being in the dark. I don't know how that works, but I just heard that works. So anyways, okay, so I have my salad. Look at that, with the avocado on top. Looks really good. And then my toast, I like to add some pink salt on there, and I put black pepper, and oregano on my avocado toast. So I just add a little salt. That's just to give it, also on my avocado that's inside my salad as well. Put a little pepper. Okay, maybe it was more than just a little pepper, but I do like pepper anyway, so it's not too bad. And I can eat avocado I can eat avocado toast. I can eat avocados on my salad. I can eat avocados alone, just with salt and pepper, and I would be happy with that. But that's my avocado toast, how it turns out. You can see, looks good, huh? Whew. So then, because I'm not going to use any dressing, since it's a taco salad, there's this hot sauce that I really like that I get from this shop that's in Seaport Village, and it's supposed to be award-winning. It's a jalapeno. It's like Hot Licks jalapeno. It's green. It's so good. Oh my god, I took it on my deployment with me. This one, and then they have like a mango one that's really good as well. I took both of them with me on deployment because the food the food on our ship is not the greatest. So I just put a little bit of that on top instead of putting dressing, because in their flavor, they had a list of things to enhance flavor. They definitely had salsa on there. They had hot sauce on there. Just things that don't really have, you know, calories like that, but adds flavor. So instead of putting like, I don't know, sour cream, ranch, whatever other fattening thing that we would put on a taco salad, I decided to put the hot sauce on there. This hot sauce is really good. And I'm gonna have that and my avocado toast. That will be my meal. And I need to, another thing I need to work on is drinking more water, because my skin is getting dry, and I hear that it's probably from the inside out kind of thing, instead of it being like more of a your skin is dry thing. It's a you're dehydrated kind of thing. So I need to start drinking more. And I have my water, but I think I'm gonna start off by at least doing a liter, 2 liters a day. I mean, I have a gallon thing, but man, it's so hard to just drink a whole gallon of water. But I mean, I could force myself, but I'm just gonna work up to it, I think. But yeah, this will be my meal, and then I have plans for dinner, but I will be back for that to show you what I may have for dinner. So this will be my lunch, and that's it. But I'll see you later. Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm doing dinner. So I'm making some salmon, some asparagus, and some broccoli. So I've already seasoned the first side of my salmon. I'm gonna flip it over and season the other side, because I season both sides of my meat. Okay, some cooking shows I be seeing people not seasoning both sides of their meats, and I don't know why. So anyway, I'm using a little seasoned salt here, some garlic powder. No salt in this one, because it's enough salt in the seasoning salt, okay? Then some black pepper. Yes, got some black pepper going. And then this, it says blackened seasoning, but at first it was packaged as Cajun seasoning, which I love. I have to order it on Amazon, because where did I find it? The first time I found it, it was in, I think it was in like a Tuesday morning, the store Tuesday morning, and I couldn't find it. I found it on Amazon after that. But it says it's perfect for seafood, so I really like it. It's really good. I also really like using rosemary and thyme, like fresh rosemary and thyme on my when I'm making fish, or especially salmon. So I already like got it together. It's in here. I usually put it on there when it's in the skillet. So when I make salmon, I like to cook it, like saute it on the stove. I like to saute it on the stove and then pop it in the oven after that. So let's see. Let me get the stove hot. I forgot to turn the stove on. The oven's on though. The oven is on at least. So I'm gonna get this together, because I also season my vegetables, so I'll leave it out for that. Which, let's turn, let me bring you over here now to the stove. You can see the stove here. So I already prepped my vegetables here. So it's gonna be asparagus and some broccoli that I'm gonna be making. But I like to start the meat first, because the vegetables don't take as long to cook. So I like the meat to already be, you know, partially getting done at least before I start the vegetables, so that the food is not like 2 completely different temperatures, so that, you know, at least they're both hot by the time it's done. And of course, salmon doesn't take that long to cook like that. So I like to pop it on there first. So I'm using olive oil, because it's on my list in there of the healthy oils. So you just put a little bit of that in there and let it get hot. I already have my other skillet ready for my veggies, which I will also cooking olive oil. Actually, you know what? Canola oil is on there as well. So I'm gonna cook my salmon in olive oil because you know that's a healthy thing going on there. And then I'm gonna cook my vegetables in canola oil. I'm gonna use the 2 different types of oil they have on their list, so that you know get a variety of the oils today. So while I wait for that to heat up, I'm going to. Oh my gosh, you know what? I went to Ross the other day and I found these salt and pepper shakers that I haven't even filled up yet. But aren't they so? They're so cute. Salt and pepper. Wait, this is pepper and salt. But they are so cute. Like I love mason jars. They're so cute. But oh my god. So, and they were only $2.99. Mm-hmm. So now I can replace my old ones that needed to be replaced anyway because they were going out of commission. So, you know, I was excited to find those. Usually when I do the rosemary and the thyme and I'm cutting it, it's like so it's so like the thyme is worse than the rosemary. See, the rosemary is easy because the rosemary comes like this, you know, already. And by the way, I buy the packages like this. Living rosemary, living thyme. I don't know, it just brings a really good flavor to me. But I like using, I also have the, you know, the dried kind, like the seasoning kind in there. But I think the live kind just tastes so much better. I don't know why. It just does, I think. So it's heating up there. It's heating up there. How do you guys make sure or test when your oil is ready? Some people be like, I throw water in there, I throw flour in there. See, if I were frying chicken, I would put flour in there, right? Because if I'm frying it, I might be like breading it with the flour, so I'd use the flour because it's, you know, the safest way, and maybe you won't get popped. And by the way, olive oil is so ridiculous. Like, it pops you. Like, it bounces. It's so dramatic. It's one of the most dramatic oils, I think, because it'd be like popping the heck out of you when you put that in there. So I'm gonna test it to see if it's ready. Oh yeah, it's ready. Okay, so I put it face down first because you know they have when they sell it, they sell it with the skin still on the back of it, which is fine. But because I like to put the thyme and see, it already popped me. I like to put the thyme and the rosemary on the top part because that's the part that everybody's gonna be eating anyway, right? So we're gonna pop that in there. Let me get my tongs so I can, you know, heat these in here better. See, it's already acting crazy. Let me add a little more olive oil because I don't think I put enough in there. And I don't want it to dry out, especially since I'm going to be putting it in the oven, right? And I don't want the salmon to stick to the skillet like that. See, I like this type of skillet. It's like a cast iron skillet. Because you can also pop it in the oven. It's the only time I use it because it's so crazy to clean. Like, you have to clean it a specific way. I don't know if I can put my other piece in here. Does anybody else find like interesting, cool ways to try and fit all of their meat that they get ready in the pan so that they don't have to like, so they don't have to make another, like prepare a whole nother like piece of fish like separate, like, or meat separate, because you don't want to have to do it again. You're like, oh my gosh, it's enough just the first time. So I just leave it on there a little bit, then I'm going to flip it a little, because it's already got some good color going there. Yeah. So I'm going to flip it. Now that I've flipped it, I am going to add my rosemary and thyme on there, okay? I already prepped it because it's a pain in the butt. Usually I'm like putting it on there as like taking it out of the container as I'm trying to do it, and it's like it doesn't work. You know, it's like so, it wants to stick to my fingers. Like if my fingers are not completely dry, it just don't work, you know. And then I'm constantly getting popped as I'm like, oh, get out of the container. So it's just, I'm glad I did it this way. I think from now on I'm gonna do it this way, where it's already prepped and ready, and I don't have to worry about like, dang, play the game of is it gonna come out of there or not. So with the rosemary, I just break it up and put it on there. The rosemary's easy anyway. All you have to do is cut it off. It doesn't matter if your hands are wet or not, it's gonna come. But the thyme, on the other hand, is a little tricky. But it's already out, so I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top as well. That just popped me. But I'm gonna pretend like it didn't hurt. Okay, so I'm just gonna sprinkle all this on here, okay, because I like a lot of it on there, because I'm dramatic. Just like this oil. And now I'm going to pop it in the oven because it's been cooking on the stove long enough. Okay. See how it looks? Yes. So I'm going to pop that in the oven. And we're going to let that cook for a little bit. And then now I'm going to use this stove right here still for my veggies. And I'm going to put some canola oil in the pan. A bit of canola oil, you know, for my veggies. And let that heat up since the stove is already hot. And yeah, so what's some of the things you guys like to do, like eat healthy? How do you guys make your what's some of the ways that you guys cook your salmon or cook your different fish? Like, do you only cook it on the stove? Do you only cook it in the oven? Do you also, like, sometimes switch it up? Because there are times where I only cook it on the stove. Like, if I'm making tilapia, I will cook it on the stove. And, like, if I'm making, like, a fish taco or something, I usually cook it on the stove. And I also like to bread it. Put that flour over it and the egg, and then I cut it up after it's already cooked, because the first time I did it, I cut it up first and then put it in there already, like I cooked it already chopped up, and it's just cutting it up already and then having to bread it like that was just not the smartest thing. So, you know, cooking is always trial and error. So I like to clean as I go, by the way, if you have not noticed, okay? And usually before I sit down and eat, everything that's in the kitchen already is probably already clean, because I don't feel like having to go back and be like, oh, I gotta do this now. You know. Oh, that oil is, I think this oil is ready for my veggies. So I'm gonna turn that water off because you don't wanna waste water. Let's turn this way. I think California's in a drought. So let's start the veggies. I'm gonna put the asparagus in. I feel like canola oil is just as volatile as olive oil. Like, I see it coming out of the pot trying to get me. So I'm gonna put that in. And you know what? I'm gonna make this first, because make the asparagus first. I'm gonna do the asparagus first. So I'm gonna put that in, and I also like to season my vegetables, and I do it while it's in the pan. Because, you know, because I just do. I don't know. I feel like it's not going to fall off of it for some reason. I don't know. If you season it while it's like out here waiting, I just feel like most of it would probably have gone on this plate and not have carried over with the vegetables. So I just season it while it's in the pan. Yes. And then put a little bit of that on there. Bam. Then I like to, you know, move it around a little bit, because you don't just want one side to get green. Man, they be turning it like nice and green. And then with asparagus, oh man, the other thing that I add to my asparagus, which I got from my stepdad, because you know him and my mom cook, and they're like the best cooks in the family. I add a little oyster sauce to my asparagus, just a little bit, you know. Believe me, try it. It you know, you can definitely taste the difference. It like gives it this flavor that like, you know, that I wouldn't have if I didn't put it on there. It's just so, I don't use a lot. I like to, you know, put it on there a little. Like, and then I'm going to toss it around a little bit so that it gets on all of them, right? And because I'm dramatic, I always cook on medium, which is why the stove is like, I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I do. And I feel like when I'm looking at recipes, it's like heat the stove to medium on medium. So this is how I cook. I feel like I might always be in a hurry to eat or something maybe. That could be. But I'm like, put that there. Let that simmer. Actually, got the lid. Put the lid on there for a little bit, but I don't want to leave it in there too long because, let me look at the fish. Oh, the fish is looking great. Okay, so I don't like leaving it in there too long because I don't like it to get soggy. I don't like my asparagus soggy. I like my asparagus to still have that crunch. I mean, some people might like it soggy, but not me. So, I'm about to take it out. I just only wanted to simmer in there, kind of let the oyster sauce juices flow in there. So now I'm taking it out. Because, like I said, I want them to still have that crisp. I don't like it to cook too long because then it starts getting all soggy like, and you're like, And it's a no for me. I don't like that. I want it to be, I would like it to be, you know, get that little crunch there that you like. So let me add a little bit more canola oil because you know what? The asparagus was over there taking up all of the canola oil. So now I'm going to throw the broccoli in. And I'm telling you, this canola oil is salt. And it scares me sometimes. And I always come in the kitchen with the mentality of, oh, you should expect to be burned. But nobody wants to be burned. Who wants to be burned? Nobody, that's you. I'm telling you, it even acts up when you put seasoning in the pan. Like it's cooking the seasoning too. Like, chill out. I'm going to season these as well because we like flavor around here, okay? We don't eat bland vegetables. We don't do that. So, let me put a little bit of that over there. Toss it around here and there. Like my vegetables to have some flavor. I'm telling you, this canola oil like absorbs fast. Maybe next time I think I might make it with the olive oil as well. Because at least the olive oil is not like, you know, I don't know. It just like seems like it absorbs super fast. Like, what is happening? Didn't I put canola oil in here? I did. I feel like I put a good amount, and there is not even like any left. It like absorbs this time. Which, I'm like, what is happening? I need you to cook this broccoli. So I'm gonna go ahead and swish the broccoli around. And it's getting the flavor from the seasoning that's at the bottom of this pan from the asparagus. I cannot even believe this. I'm about to, you know what? We're gonna add a little olive oil because you will not believe how fast this oil is absorbing. It's like the pan is dry, and I don't know how much canola oil I had already poured in here. And it didn't do that with the asparagus. You know why? Probably because I added the oyster sauce, so it was like, you know what? You added a little more juice for me. So you know what I'm gonna do is sometimes I like to do, is add some teriyaki marinade sauce to the broccoli. Something I like to do. And I'm not even eating the broccoli. My son likes broccoli. It's like one of the only vegetables he will eat. So this gives it a little bit of flavor as well. So I like to add that in there. This broccoli is like good. I I'll put the lid on there for like a little bit, but I'm gonna turn the heat off so that it doesn't, you know, burn. Now, let me check my fish real quick. You know, salmon doesn't take long to cook. Pull it out. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It looks so good. Oh my god. So, at least the stove is off, like I said. And I like to clean up as I go. And put that back. Put that marinade back where it goes. Oyster sauce and seasonings, you know, put them all back in the cabinet, you know. Yeah, pepper, all that. So, oh, forgot one. Okay, then this can go back in the refrigerator because you got to keep this in the fridge, otherwise it will die. It will go bad. You don't want it to go bad because that's not a good thing. And it goes bad quick. It like actually the rosemary lasts longer than the thyme. The thyme actually goes bad faster than the rosemary. I don't know, the rosemary just lasts. And you know, for a while the store didn't even have any thyme. You know, the Vons down the street from where I live didn't have no thyme. I'm like, what? You have rosemary, sage, oregano, everything else, but you don't have thyme? What's going on? So I finally found some in there, and I was like, let me get some because I'm surely going to cook with it because I love eating my salmon with some rosemary and thyme on top of it because it's just so good. And it's a cool garnish. It just looks nice when you like put it on your plate. It looks so cool. Alright, sometimes, you know, there's nothing even in the sink and somehow you start to turn the garbage disposal on and I'm like, why? Why did it even clog? What clogged it? What is even in there? Nothing. So, I don't know. Okay, so everything should be done now. Let me wash my pans off from that and get this, start prepping everything so that we can see how it turns out. Let me see. So, we're going to put some of this asparagus on the plate. This is like the plate of that I'm going to be eating from. And then a piece of this salmon. Man, they look so good. I'm not kidding. Ooh. This is a great garnish. I like that the skin started to come off too on the back side of it. So, hold on. Show you what and because I'm not about to be, see, look, I'm already cleaning. I will not wash a dish any chance I can get. But this is what, if you can see it, this is my salmon, how it looks, and my asparagus. This is my dinner right here. That's what I'm gonna eat. And then let's see this broccoli here. The broccoli my son's gonna eat because he, like I said, he likes broccoli. And I had a head of broccoli left. So now that that's done, I will put it on his plate so he can get ready. It's got some teriyaki sauce still on there, so at least it's not dry. That's a plus. And then it's got the seasoning from the bottom of the pan. He's gonna be like, you burnt my broccoli, because it has the, you know how the seasoning from the bottom of the pan gets on it? He's gonna be like, you burned it. And plus the teriyaki sauce, kind of, you can see the teriyaki sauce on there, but he's gonna be like, my broccoli's burnt. He's so dramatic. Okay, and then, like, but it isn't. Then I'm gonna give him a little piece as well. A little piece of the salmon. because he newly discovered that he likes fish. Because my husband fishes a lot, and whenever he catches something, I cook it. So, this is his plate, his broccoli, and his salmon. That salmon, look at that garnish. That thyme and that rosemary makes it look really nice. So that is it. That is what I'm, making. What I made for my dinner. That's what I'm gonna eat. My snack will likely be, see, this is one of my faves. A Greek yogurt, and this is light and fit, and it's like 80 of the best calories that I have eaten in a long time. This is gonna be 80 of the best calories, and look at that, 12 grams of protein in there as well. And it's the strawberry cheesecake flavor, which is my favorite. Somebody went and bought up all the strawberry cheesecake. Like, this was the only one in a single that I can get. I couldn't get the package. I'm really upset. But I have one, and I'm gonna eat it tonight after for my dessert, for my snack. So that is all I have. So thank you for joining me and coming in my kitchen with me and seeing what I eat. Hurry up. My son just has to be in everything, wants to come say bye.
Bye.
Just peek in. There you go. Say bye.
Bye.
Yes, bye. We're gonna eat now. Bye.